Okay, good.
Do you want me to do a test, 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 test?
Okay.
Good?
Yeah, if they speak as loud as you.
Test, test, test. Ready? Test, 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 test. Yeah, because if you're over here, it probably doesn't pick it up, right?
Right. All right. No, I think it's a one-on-one, Jim. I think this is just going to be us. Oh, no. There's the audio. Sweet. All right. Everyone in the back? Everyone in the back, can you wave back at me? Awesome. Please come to the front. We'd love to have you here. Join us for the presentations. If you're still standing somewhere or hidden in a room, please take a seat and join us for the final presentations. Jim is squeezing in some pictures for his private collection. All right. Who of you have submitted a workflow? Okay. I feel like a lot of doubtful hands. Who of you have submitted the workflow? Okay, good, good. Still a lot of people in the back that are talking, running, walking, hiding. So for the people whose attention I do have, how was it? On a scale from 1 to 10? Let me rephrase. Who of you worked with n8n for the first time at this event? Okay, that's a good chunk of people. I'm curious, so it takes a little while to get started, depending on your background, right? Depending on what you do. Who of you feel like they finally found out why there's such a hype around n8n? No, you're not raising your hand? No? You should raise your hand. Yeah? Yeah? You already knew. Okay, that's the only good excuse. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Okay, I'm still seeing people walking. Please come to the front, take a seat. Okay, are we good to go? Before we get into the presentations, it's starting to get quiet already, everyone's taking a seat. I would love an incredibly loud, not like mediocre loud, not like loud, but like incredibly loud applause for all of the mentors that have supported you over the last 2 days. And I know that yesterday there was a whole bunch of stuff on the slides which a lot of you never read, which is okay. One of the things I told you is go out there, talk to people, have fun, but most of all ask questions. And I'm super happy that a lot of you did. You asked us a lot of questions. I think Jim Lee is happy when he gets on the plane back to London. And I want you to look around at the people next to you. Just humor me. Look around at the people next to you. I want you to give an incredibly loud applause for all of those people you looked at, because they all took a step out of their comfort zone. All right, let's get into it. Before we get started, I would love an incredibly loud applause. And like, we're getting louder, right? So I want to next level with you guys. Incredibly loud applause for the judges that are here today. All right, let's get started. I think we're starting first with AI fans. Give them a super warm welcome and wish them the best of luck. Good luck, guys.
Do we just have to switch? Okay. This one.
Okay. Yeah, can you, is it working? Hello, hello, hello? Is it, it's on? No, it's not on? Testing, 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 okay. Okay, hello guys, we are AI fans, also known as AF. And the problem we are solving is that today, although personal branding is so important and there are so many experts out there, not all of these experts are good in editing video or even like recording themselves. So what we wanted to build is a platform where anyone can deploy your own AI influencer. For this hackathon, we have built one specific AI influencer, which you can customize the inputs and then to allow later everyone to build. So how does it work is, we have separated in 4 different workflows. One is to an agent that will understand each platform. So here, for example, we start with scraping Facebook. We scraped around 8,000 posts, and then we sorted by like. We got the top 100. We asked the agent to analyze why this post was viral, like the hook, the emotional trigger, and then we stored these 100 posts, and here we also analyze the images, because a lot of these posts have images. Then once we have an agent that really understands Facebook virality in the general purpose on what kind of content does well in Facebook, we started scraping niche-specific content. In this case, we are building an AI influencer for AI, for talking about AI. And we started with scraping LinkedIn in this case, but we can add X and YouTube. But here we scraped LinkedIn, and here we did the same process. We sorted like a few posts, and we asked the agent to analyze and add some data. After this, we put together both the viral content analysis plus the LinkedIn post merged, and we have the agent create content. And then after the agent created content, which right now is in text format, we have integrated AirTop so that the agent can add, like, post by himself. So here is a quick video, because it takes like a few seconds for this to happen. This is a post being added on LinkedIn, which was generated based on 8,000 Facebook posts and a lot of the posts that we scraped. So yeah, and then we need 2 workflows, one to add the post, another one to post. So if you go to Aman's LinkedIn, you might see the post now. And besides this, we have also created a flow for agents to generate their own avatar video. So here we are creating, we are creating an audio and a script and a video. So here I'm going to show the video because we have very little time.
Thought about how to reach your first million in business? It all starts with one idea.
So this is me with a SpongeBob voice. So basically, we have automated the content creation and video creation.
You're out of time right there.
Okay.
Big round of applause for
Thank you so much. Let's get into the questions from the judges. I'll give you my mic.
If you have any questions.
I don't have any questions, but yeah, good idea. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions at all? Okay, if you don't, we may have questions later, but no questions?
So on your video, lip sync, all that stuff?
Yes, for this one we created lip sync, but for the AI platform we plan to have different workflows for creating different kind of content. So yeah.
We're just going to give questions to the judges, guys, because there's 30 teams to go through. Oh, so wait, no, it's okay. We have a lot to go through, but if there's no questions from the judges, one more big round of applause for our first team. Okay. We'll get AI Homegirl next.
Yes. As Lucas said, AI Homegirl next, and after that it's DJ. So DJ, if you can prep yourself on the side, next to somewhere close to Sydney, that would be amazing. While the AI Homegirl is getting ready, after DJ it's going to be Node Clip.
Okay, do you want a clicker?
I got mine.
Your own clicker. Look
I
at you.
did.
Okay, just be sure to speak clearly into the microphone. I'll be over there with a timer, so just look over at me to see how much time you have left. Give me 1 second.
Mic check. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, we know.
All right. Hello, everybody. My team is the AI Homegirl, consisting of myself, Kayla Love, and I did the challenge for content. So many current automation tools focus on scraping external data to generate content from scratch using Gen AI. But what about when you're using your own data? Footage of performances, speeches, moments like this that you cannot scrape. The process is tedious. Before, I'd be going through a content workflow where I'd have to take content from my camera roll, take it to a third party, add captions, download it back, get my custom GPT to give branded captions, or write it myself, the horrors. And this left me overwhelmed and just overworked. It was just too much, and I ain't got time for that. Neither do my clients. But now, with n8n, I'm able to streamline this process in just a few simple steps, taking my raw content from my camera roll directly on my phone, uploading it to a Google Drive folder, and having all of that content automation being done on the back end via API so that I'm left with a perfectly branded, polished piece of content with the on-screen subtitles burned directly in the video and my branded caption ready to post across all platforms with an email saying, girl, you got some content. Here it is, and there goes your caption. Now I'm able to use my own data from 3 main sources, my own raw videos, my book with all the proven frameworks on how I've grown my social media platform to over almost 250,000 followers, as well as my brand voice documentation. So let's hop into the workflow, shall we? So here we have my content automation workflow, and you'll see that it starts with a simple trigger of the Google Drive folder. This is then downloaded into a binary format and then is sent via HTTP request to the Whisper model from OpenAI. I'm able to now send that through an agent that is trained on my brand voice as well as the contents of my viral formula from my TikTok book. That's all merged together in a node and then sent eventually to the ShotStack API, where I'm able to have those on-screen captions burned directly into the video. On the back end, it's also processed for my brand voice captions to be able to generate on the end so that I have something that is ready to go, streamlining my process and cutting down up to 6 hours per week in content creation. So that is my workflow, and I thank n8n, the wonderful team here, for allowing me to present. Thank you.
Woo! Thank you.
Any questions?
Any questions? Any questions at all? Jim, good? All good? Pascal, good? I think we're good. Don't get-
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next up is DJ. So while they get set up, the next up is Node Clip after that. So if Node Clip can come meet me, or Sydney, whoever waves the hardest, that would be amazing. And after that, just to get ready, is ClickCraft Crew.
Clicker, right? Clicker.
I don't need a clicker.
No?
No.
Give us 1 second.
Okay. Okay.
Whenever you're ready, just speak into the mic.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Hi, my name is Div. This is Jai, and we're Team DJ. This is our product, Samantha. So Samantha is an autonomous content creator for people who want to get into the world of content creation, or for people who already have a content creation platform and just want to streamline the process. We have three main flows. The first is an interactive flow that allows the content creator to directly work with our agent and get back and forth messages. And the second is a bulk flow that automates this process overnight and like streamlines content building very quickly. We also have like an error logging system. So I wanted to kind of walk through a demonstration and see what this looks like. So you can see that we have a Telegram webhook. So the user can send an article that they're interested in, like for example, this article here, The Dark Truth About Diet Coke. But let's make it interesting. Let's make it sound like Coke is actually good for you. We're gonna send this to our social media agent. As soon as this happens, our trigger begins, and our workflow begins on taking a look at this article, fetching the information from the article, and running it through OpenAI to generate a script for the article, which will be passed to our character. I'm going to zoom through this a little bit faster, because it is a little bit slow. So you can see that like our system actually goes through and creates a script for our autonomous content creator, and then it uses that script and sends it to the content creator, who begins actually generating the video to be displayed to the user. So we not only have a autonomous agent, we also have a very clever way of generating like display images in the background based on the content that we're displaying. So you can kind of see the way that it works through the flow here. One interesting thing that we use is while we're waiting for the video to be generated, we have a polling mechanism which goes and checks to see like if the video has been generated so that we can pass it back to the user. So once this is done, the agent will respond to us on Telegram with a link to the video that we can use. But it gets even better. If we decide that we like the video, we can actually further interact with the agent and end up posting the video to our socials. So in this case, I'm using a callback to say like, hey, I'd like to post this video to YouTube, and I say yes. We have a callback flow as well, which ends up posting it to YouTube. And we can take a quick look at what this video would look like. Give me a moment. So let's open this video up on YouTube itself.
Think Diet Coke is bad for you? Let's set the record straight. Despite all the rumors and hot takes, the truth is a little more refreshing, literally. Diet Coke has 0 sugar, 0 calories, and that crisp, bubbly sparkle that people keep coming.
So despite passing an article about Diet Coke, it's able to parse the information and take its own personal spin on it the way that a content creator would. I'll pass it to Jai for potential next steps.
Yeah, we have a limitation for the project because you can see the workflow is a little bit repeat itself on both the interactive flow and the bulk flow. So maybe in the future we can create a sub workflow just to use like a function and to use it into both workflows, and then it's just be more clear and concise.
And you're out of time.
Yep. Thank you.
Give them a big round of applause. Questions from the judges? All good? Okay, thank you so much. Next up is... Yeah, give them a big round of applause again. Come on. Yes, let's go. All right. Next up is Note Clip. After that, it's the Click Clack crew. Click Craft crew-ish. Awesome. Oh, watch out. And just to get ready mentally after that is Zal Imamuddin. All right. Give them a big round of applause for Note Clip, and let's get going.
I'll hold it. Is it coming? Okay, there you go.
Go back in.
Yes. Why is it doing that? Okay.
Whenever you guys are ready, just speak clearly into the mic.
Sure, yeah.
And then I'll be over here.
Okay. Yeah, hello everyone. We're No Clip.
And this is our team. I'm Prajwal.
That's some youth. That's Devin, and I'm Yahya. So our problem today is video editing. It's repetitive, tedious, and time-consuming.
So what's the solution? An AI video editor that gets the cleanest cuts, removes the uhs and ums, and edits in your style.
Now we're gonna check out a quick demo.
So here's our landing page, and we'll go into our workflow here. So we'll start by triggering the webhook. and uploading the raw footage. So in the back end here, it's doing the edits.
And then it's going to output a polished video. Let's check out what's happening in terms of the actual workflow. We are listening to our front end for when a video is uploaded. Then we're going to do some pre-processing. We're going to put that into Drive. Gemini is going to transcribe it. OpenRouter is going to determine the best cuts. FFmpeg is going to cut it up based on the timestamps outputted by OpenRouter, and then it's going to return it back to the front end.
So here's an example.
MacBook Air M3.
Wait, can you guys hear?
And it's not just normal memory, guys.
Oh, okay. Wait, can you guys hear the uhs and the ums?
The goal was to show the uhs and ums.
Okay, there you go. Let's try it again.
Hey guys, today we're going to be reviewing the MacBook Air M3. The MacBook Air M3 has
So you get the point.
We have uhs and ums. We have uhs and ums. Okay.
Hey guys, today we're going to be reviewing the MacBook Air M3. The MacBook Air M3 has 16 gigabytes of memory.
Yeah, you can play.
Yeah. Now
It's
there's no
not
uhs
just
and
normal
ums.
memory, guys. It's integrated memory. Integrated memory is much faster than normal memory because it's located on the same die as the CPU.
Yeah, you can go
Awesome.
next. So yeah, that's our project. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay. Any questions? Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, up next we have Quick Craft crew. Yeah? Quick Craft? Yep. Quick Craft crew, and then Zal Imaduddin. If you can find your way to the side here, we'll get you set up next. And give us 1 second for Quick Craft. All right. Is this on? Yep. All right, whenever you're ready. Okay, hi. We are the, what are we, the Craft crew. And I'm JP, Brian, and DJ. And the problem we're trying to solve is the little guys like us, we don't know anything about social media, but that's where you have to exist today if you want to promote your product. So we were trying to figure out, we wanted to create a flow that would automatically generate content for social media. And it starts off with, right here, there's a form. And you have to forgive me because, again, I'm not that great at this. Where's the form? Okay, there's an intake form. And in the intake form, you set up your topic that, we're looking for trends. So we want to find a topic, find what's trending in that topic area, and then generate posts about those topics. So you set some parameters in here. It gets fed into our workflow. Then we use a Google search, a custom search API, and we find out what the trending topics in that area, and those are then returned here. And we added a human in the loop. So basically, what our flow does is it takes the 5 top trending topics based on some parameters we've sent. It sends me an email with a form, and on that form, it's got, here's the 5 topics we've identified, including some of the parameters like the percentage growth factor, the relevance that we've determined to our audience and things, because in our intake form, we set the audience. And so that gives the human being an opportunity to actually make the selection, because they may have some context that the AI model just doesn't have based on what happened yesterday or this morning or whatever. So then a topic is picked, and then what we do is we send it over to our research agent, and our research agent does some quick research using Perplexity AI. It then delegates to another agent whose job is to develop a more detailed research plan or an outline, which is then delegated to a team of writing assistants here. So each, we divide into chapters. Each research assistant writes a chapter. We then combine all this in one document, and we send it to an editor that polishes it. This is the research tool that we call up here that does a deep research on the topic. And now we have an article, we have content. So we store a copy, send it to Gmail for us, store it in Google Drive, and then we send it to another AI agent here, and it has a master prompt that, based on an element that is selected in the form, initial form, will generate the type of content, whether it's LinkedIn, Xpost, and we then created a tool that would also generate an infographic and generate a YouTube script and video with images automatically based on that. So then old guys like us can generate social media content and still remain relevant.
Yeah, I think once I have a short video,
We're out of time, but if you really want to see the video, you can see it later. Thanks, guys. All right.
Cool. Do we have any questions? All good?
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
When your first HTTP request, you said you were gathering topics. Could you speak more to how you did that?
So we have an intake form, and in that intake form, you might say, tell me what's trending in tennis shoes. And so we'll take that tennis shoes, and based on tennis shoes, and I want to target an audience in this age group, and I want to create a, let's say, YouTube video or something, or YouTube short. And so then that goes to HTTP request to a Google custom search, which then looks for what's buzzing, what's trending, and it gathers all that data, and then we send that to the AI, which we've created a big prompt that filters all that out and says, based on these criteria, here's the top 5 that I think you should, trending topics or themes, and then we select one and pass it down the line. So,
thank you.
Thank you.
Great job, team.
well done.
You're pretty quick, huh?
All right, we'll get our next team up in just a moment, but after that will be Podcast Agent AI. So come over to the side when you're ready.
Ready? Yeah.
You can start whenever you want, and I'll be here at the time.
For sure.
So whenever you're ready.
How's it going, guys? My name is Zahim Adedin. I'm from RBB AI Automations, and the thorn in my neck, first of all, we build AI automations for mid-market businesses. Right now we're working with the hottest real estate development out in Boston. The problem we keep facing and the thorn in my neck is just not knowing the next AI tool that's out there. Every day you see on YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels that there's this new Hugging Face model that's going to change sales teams, and just not knowing that is my worst nightmare. So my project was to build an AI agent that does like weekly research reports. It should scrape, LinkedIn, Hugging Face, GitHub, look for like the top movers when it comes to anything in the tech space. Again, with the context of our business and all of our system. So it should have a good report as to like what exactly this product would do, and like make sure that it's actually worth it. One thing about our company is that we're ruthless when it comes to deciding what we're going to offer to our clients. In this age, it's so it's so easy to get distracted and get lost with the next big AI tool. You're like, oh my God, we can literally automate everything. We can literally add AI to everything, and we just get distracted. So the way we solve this problem within our own company is by having a value equation. Our value equation literally breaks down the time spent, the different types of value that we're providing to customers, and we've sworn a blood oath to make sure that we're only offering the highest value things. So to be honest, I spent all day yesterday chatting with all of you amazing people, and then I didn't get to build exactly what I wanted, but I found this research agent online. It's kind of breaks down like a lot of the steps in the research process. It doesn't run exactly how I want it to yet, but you can imagine we're scraping, we're scraping these massive data sources, and we're breaking it down and looking for like specific tags, specific metrics, like more GitHub stars over a prolonged period of time. And yeah, we can go through and see if it runs.
You got 30 seconds. Just
Okay. P.S. We're hiring automators if anyone is looking. Oh God.
10 seconds. Just go ahead and wrap up.
Okay. Connect later. We'll get deep into it. I appreciate the time.
Great job. Round of applause.
Any questions from our judges? No questions? Taking notes? Cool.
Awesome. Give another round of applause for our last team, everyone. All right. Podcast Agent AI is up, and then next will be Applied Health AI. So please come see me over on the side here, and we'll get to the next one here in just one moment.
Is it someone before us? Oh. What is it?
You got to talk into here.
Okay, she was just saying there is another team before us.
Yeah, we skipped them because they have a teammate coming late, so we'll get back to quotient. Okay, are you guys ready?
Yeah, so we should start.
Go ahead and start. I'll be here at the time.
Hello, everyone. It's nice to be here. We are Podcast Agent AI. In today's fast-paced world, being on top of the content that matters to you, it's overwhelming. And Podcast Agent AI simplifies this by transforming your interest and social media interaction into episodes, podcast episodes. So it's there's a problem with overwhelming information and expertise and the effort and time needs for this for content creators and the content creators and the professionals to use their time and have that all the expertise to come up with a podcast. So we came up with a solution. Our agent tool analyzes the interest and the social media interaction and does the extensive research and collects all the data, relevant data from news and the facts. And AI also converts it into the dialogue script for audio and video podcasts. And I'll pass it to Nate for the...
So you just saw our landing page, and we're collecting a little bit of information about the person who wants to generate a podcast on the topic that they're interested in. And we have a tool that will scrape their social profile to kind of create a profile of the podcast host. And then you click generate. Oh, All right, well, we have the demo as well in video format. So here's our workflow, and since we had 4 different team members, everyone was working on their own workflow. And so this is an orchestration workflow that will just make HTTP calls to webhooks and get the information back and pass it. And some of these nodes are actually retrieving data from nodes that were higher up in the chain. And the result is a customized podcast.
20 seconds.
Once you click it, within minutes, it creates a podcast for you. It's in the dialogue format. 2 people hosting the guest talking based on your interest. It's just a live demo is the same.
All right, and you're out of time right
Okay.
there. Didn't quite get to the
Demo, but big round of applause for our podcast team.
You have the audio?
All right, up next we have, first I should have asked, any questions from our judges? Are we all good? Let's give them a minute to catch up on scoring. So,
just a note, if you want to try it, you can try it at podcastagent.ai.
Podcastagent.ai to try it out.
The demo gods had it in for us today, literally the two different things that were working a second ago.
Awesome. Thanks again to our team, Applied Health AI. And then I know Quotient AI just got here. So Quotient AI, come find me over on the side here. We went a little out of order. We'll get you going up next. And then give us just 1 second to get Applied Health AI going.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. My name is... I'll hold on for a second. Good. Awesome. Hi, everyone. My name is Rhythm, just like the music, and I'll be presenting here Applied Health AI. I hope the demo gods are with me. So I took on the challenge for the HR challenge, and I wanted to focus on AI-powered hiring, especially more in healthcare context for autism clinics that provide ABA therapy. So let's start with understanding problems a little bit. So the hiring in ABA therapy roles is broken. Right now, there's a high demand. Autism has increased 317% since year 2000. So they need to hire fast, especially during summer breaks when the kids are available for treatment and therapy. Manually posting jobs, very cumbersome. Dozens of unqualified applicants because the industry is growing fast. There's a lot of new people who are not yet qualified. There's a lot of credentials that need to be verified manually. And if the pipeline stalls, the patient service delays. So there's real impact. And somebody in the industry did say it takes weeks to hire someone, we need it yesterday. So what are some challenges? Sorting resume, missed credential issues, their real impact. They cause like 10 plus hours per week. They lose revenue when they don't have good staff. Admin burns out and the care is delayed. So solution, we manage the hiring pipeline in one place, auto-generate job posts, auto-check credentials, qualify applicants, match score, conversational AI that will interview you. Okay, let's just get into a demo. So how it works is we're using n8n to kind of create a job posting automatically, just give it a title. And when you click next, automatically generates the job for you. While it's generating, let me show you the workflow here. It's taking in previous job descriptions you've done. So it learns from your, which are fetched through Supabase, goes into the basic LLM chain using Open Router, gives me a description that is still being generated. Then we also have match scoring. Once I apply, like this is here, let's just take that. I close it, but I'll show you another example. Once you apply, it comes in applied column, and we automatically qualify that job. Once it's qualified, I can move it to screening, where I can see the AI analysis, why the score was given, what it was given. And if it calls you, once you move it to screening, actually, let me show you how it shows. It actually sends you an email. Hey, thank you for your interest in working with us. Please submit for your earliest availability. You click on submit availability. This one is done because I'm running on time crunch. So I'll just show you. Here you can select availability and instantly you receive a call. 30 seconds left. And then you can see how the call went with the AI. I'm using VAPI here to make an AI conversational call. Let me show you if I can quickly, open public page. This is how you can apply. Rhythm. Already applied with this. Let's use a new email. 5 seconds. And we use a good resume here. These are my credentials, and I'm using
And you're out of time right there, but look at that. Just submitted, and you're good to go. Big round of applause for Applied Health AI.
Okay. We can see that it quickly scanned it. Right now, I just submitted and gave me 94% score. I'll just also move it to screening.
Rhythm? Rhythm, why did you pick autism as your focus?
So I've been working as a product manager previously in the healthcare space, and especially when I saw there was a big problem in the autism care space. It's been growing very fast, but the industry right now is very strained. And there's a lot of problems that are so unnecessary and can actually be resolved with AI, especially related to admin work, which recruiters or like even admin departments spending like 30% of the resources when they could spend these resources on clinical care instead.
Yeah, what I like about it is that the specialty applications, it's like the big guys are not going to do these.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of pain in
Mhm.
these communities.
Yeah. So this is just the email which I got right now because I submitted application, automatically qualified. I moved it to screening.
Awesome. Thank you, Rhythm. Any other questions from our judges? One more big round of applause for Applied Health AI.
Okay.
Disconnect.
Yep.
Thank you. Up next is Quotient AI, and then after them will be Gluco Flow Coach. So please find Sydney over there on the far side of the room, and then we'll get this next one going here in a moment.
So you'll use this microphone, just speak clearly into it, kind of the closer the better.
Okay, sounds good.
And then give one, did you switch this? Yeah.
Are we good?
Is it not mirrored?
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
not-
go to. There we go. Okay, give me 1 sec. I'll get the timers on. All right, and then
Hello.
start whenever you're ready.
Yo, hi everyone, my name is Lokesh and my teammates are Manish, Chara and Krishna. We are Quotient AI team. So we are basically building audio briefing for busy investors. So the problem statement here is the investors are overloaded with many PDFs, documents, and they get volumes of information every quarter about what were the earnings, what were the EPS values, and etc. But this we are building a audio briefing of 2 minutes for every busy investor to get about information about what were the basics about the loss and profits about the investment they had. It is also like a critical insights which are like missed by maybe CEOs or other financial analysts. So it gets like a briefing about everyday earnings or weekly earnings or quarterly earnings. So our solution here is we are creating a end-to-end automation where it gets the data from audio transcripts or call the companies like the earning calls or any data that they publicly publish. So it gets all those data and we summarize and clean up the data in an automation and then create a voice-based briefing out of that. Here is our workflow. Yeah. So here, as an input base, we get the information of the company that the investor has invested. For example, we took here as Amazon, and then we get this input information about earning transcripts about complete speech by a CEO or their representatives. Company news that are trending currently, earning calendars, like where is the next earning date, and a simple moving average or metrics or KPIs that are related to that particular company. And then we process it with different nodes here. And we also use Apify for getting inside traders Form 4 and other form documents that are only available for insiders. And then we process it, and we also have an output in we translate that speech text into speech in different multi-languages so that retailers can also understand about the earnings. So we do it in English, Spanish, and other languages such as Hindi or different regional languages. Yeah. So this is our output.
Amazon
looks like.
investors are advised to focus on the company's AWS cloud services rather than its e-commerce segment. This strategic emphasis could impact future revenue streams and stock performance based on AWS's profitability and growth.
Yeah, thank you all.
Big round of applause. Any questions from our judges? Here, let me hand you a microphone.
Thank you, guys. I just want to drill down on one thing you mentioned regarding Apify. You said you're using Apify to get documents only for insiders. Was that right? Did I hear that correctly?
Yeah, so it's.
Yeah, tell me more. Yeah, what does that mean?
So we are, if you know, whenever any insider purchases any stock or whenever they disposes their stock, they have to do a Form 4 filing or a Form 13F filing with SEC. So Appify scrapes that XML for us and gives out a beautiful JSON for us.
Okay, so you're scraping the data source is the SEC.
Yes.
Cool. Thank you.
So.
So how? I guess just wondering, like how easy or challenging was it to work with like to build voice apps using n8n?
It was not very hard. It felt like a very plug and play thing. We spent most of our time on data sourcing and filtering, but we never spent most on text to speech or any image model. So it's very plug and play. So didn't spend much time there.
Okay.
Big round of applause for our team, everyone. Thank you. All right, up next we have GlucoFlow Coach and Team Magify. If you are here, please find Sydney over on this side of the room, and GlucoFlow Coach is up next.
Hello. I'm Mel, and here's my team, Vezo, Vera, and Vivian. And Jing got sick today, but she's been working online. So our team focused on personalization of health information, especially for data coming. So we worked on personalized coach. We focus on the diabetic and pre-diabetic people because we want to turn wearable data into easy to understand health insights so that users can focus on not tracking their data, but more on improving their condition. So for that, we would like to show you how we did that. So this is our workflow. It's very simple. We have a scheduled trigger because the wearable devices are generating data all the time, especially continuous glucose monitors that are now available over the counter actually generates data for every 15 minutes. So our trigger schedule gets this information, and with data processing to normalize the data, we push this data into OpenAI to make insights and generate insights from this data so that recommendations can be generated for that data set. And then this data set is at the end creates alert, goes through the alert logics to provide some output for the user. So in the future, we have a lot of other data sets that we would like to add, but we used Apple Health API, and in the future, we would continue working with the other APIs to connect to iOS as well as Android OS. So here, so I'm going to just skip over to show you the output. So this would be one of the outputs that user would see. It's a daily health snapshot of how you did at the end of the day that kind of takes over basically all the tracking overhead that you have, cognitive overhead. And if there is a spike in your glucose level, then it gives you a message, urgent health message that you need to take action for your case. And this would also create things, suggestions, and also recommendations, something that you might have done good throughout the day, or if you need to take a step, or if you maybe more breathing throughout the day. And in the future, in addition to GCM, continuous glucose monitor, we want to actually connect to any other devices, such as further integration with smart phones, watch, as well as ring, as well as in the future, smart glasses. At the same time, this is information to connect to you, but at the same time, you want to send this information to your doctor. So that's why Dr. Snoopy is here to also receive your information.
And you're out of time right there. Big round of applause for GlucoFlow Coach. And hold on one second. We have some questions. Let me sneak through. Here you go, Nicole.
how are you thinking about privacy and HIPAA for both of those solutions?
Fantastic question. That's one of the bigger rail guards that we have. All of the APIs has to be HIPAA compliant. And the way that we are handling is basically through the consents, as well as making sure the AI models are compliant with specific models that we use in these flows.
Awesome. Any other questions? Doesn't look like it. All right. Big round of applause again for GlucoFlow Coach. We've got Magify up next, and then after that is Holistic. So please find Sydney on this side of the room, and Magify will get going in just one moment.
Hi everyone, how are you doing? I'm Vincent, I'm from Magify, and what I'm doing is just magic, at least I try. So the idea I had was taking the challenge number 3. Challenge number 3 is health coach, or doing health coach, right? The problem is that I'm just a nerd that spent all his weekend in a hackathon, so how the hell am I supposed to know anything about health? You know what, I don't know anything about health, but I still did it, and how did I do it? I was thinking, how am I going to build this coach since I don't know anything about health? So I just went to YouTube and I found this video. It looks all right, like 8 realistic healthy habits. Why not taking it? The thing is that probably I like this video, but my clients won't like it. So instead of building like one healthy coach with hard-coded data and anything, I just built an agent where you upload your own data from YouTube, PDF file, and the coach will just use this data as knowledge base and coach you on anything you want. Like you can even have a coach to change tires if you want. So yeah, so this is how it does. So I just send a YouTube video link and it's processing the data, and then I can ask you questions. So I did it in audio so you can see what I said, but then I did again with text. So yeah, I asked, for example, since I'm an AI nerd spending all his free time in a hackathon, I never do sports, so I think blah, blah, blah. Oh yes, you should do sport, blah, blah, blah. And here are some links of the video I uploaded, and if I press, for example, the second point, it just opens me the video at the exact timestamp where the point is in thing, but that's not the point. So now I'm gonna show you how it works. So basically it starts on Telegram. And first thing is authentication. Since all of you in the near future will be able to use it, I need to have authentication. So it's doing authentication with MongoDB. I save your Telegram ID. Then I identify what type of message you are sending. So whether you send audio, so I send it to text to speech. Otherwise you send text, and then I need to check if it has a YouTube URL, or you send a document and it's a PDF. So let's say you send a YouTube URL. So I get the transcript with Apify, and then I do some magic code because we are Magify, you know. And after this magic code, I save a part of the transcript in the MongoDB, and the rest is sent to Qdrant. And with Qdrant, we save everything in the database, vector database. It's the same if you send a PDF file. And once everything is set up, so it usually takes 1 minute, you just ask your question, and then it's gonna do a semantic search with Qdrant, and the agent will just reply to you, yeah, so that's how you should be healthy. And then last step is the last agent that will check if you uploaded video in the past that includes the data you are supposed to have. It's gonna send you the timestamp and the link that I just pressed in the example, and that's how all this is made. So guys, if you want to enjoy this, oh, it doesn't work anymore, the screen sharing.
You're out of time right there, but big round of applause for Magify.
Just if you want to use it, I have the QR code. Just ask me. It's ready to be launched. Yeah.
And then hang out up there for a moment. I think we have some questions.
Cheers, thanks for that. Yeah, super funny. But I'm just wondering, like, I'm seeing there's a lot of code nodes in your workflow, and I'm assuming you're obviously an engineer.
Yeah, I'm a web developer. Yeah, unfortunately.
I'm just wondering, as someone like technical, was it easier or what's the challenge of using, because you just use a lot of code nodes, just wondering if it's...
The thing is that as a developer, I'm used to do code, and I really like n8n because I can prototype. I use usually to prototype my things, and then my little hack is that once I prototype something, I just select this, I just select the blocks, I copy, so I have the JSON, and then I paste it in Cursor, and I tell Cursor, do the exact same thing with exact same configuration. So that's how I use n8n. It saves me a lot of time. But yeah, for this exercise, I wanted to, I think I could have done everything without code. But the thing is that each code is replacing maybe 10 nodes. So instead of having all of this screen you see here, I would probably have like 10 times more. So yeah, but I'm convinced that you can do everything with n8n. Like, it's a great product. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. One more round of applause.
I unplug everything?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Up next, we have Holistic, I think it is, and then Smart Pantry, you'll be next. So just meet us over here on the side and give us a few moments to get set up here.
Whenever you're ready, you can
All right, perfect.
There you go.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Brandon. I'm here with Holistic. I used to be a strength and conditioning coach for a boxing team. And one thing, when I came to the gym, I noticed that the current coaches would only provide the athletes with training solutions to get them ready for the events. So this means resistance training, cardio, boxing, skill work. However, I noticed that by providing a holistic approach that focuses on every aspect that can help you optimize for your performance, you see athletes succeed much more. So this means nutrition, exercise, mindset, sleep, recovery, all these things. So what we did was we tried to bridge this gap using a series of webhooks and consistent feedback loop through using n8n to feed data between our UI and then that data back to the n8n to, for our agents to process it and update the app. So, quick demo, we implemented things like Aura rings to use biometric data, consistent memory, notifications, and also, like I said, the consistent feedback loops. So here's a demo. So here we are on our landing page, and it tells you a little bit about it. Then when you're ready, begin your training. It starts with an onboarding quiz. So this is able to collect a baseline of information about you and kind of establish where you're at and where you're trying to go. So let's say I'll do a quick, brief one. Experience, 4 days. Yeah. Boom, there we go. Our training plan is ready. It gives us a readiness assessment and then basically shows us how we're going to progress to get optimally ready for the event. So it goes to our first week, and then you can connect your wearables if you like. On our dashboard, you have daily tasks, some insights, and then you also have, things that your biometric data will update. So for example, one of our members got about 7 hours and 45 minutes of sleep last night. So it's showing this in our dashboard and just kind of letting us know how we can improve. Through clicking on these buttons, we have a continuous feedback loop so you can tell the agent how you are liking your training, and it can kind of tailor your experience towards you, learn your preferences, and continue to personalize and optimize a plan for you. So then we have our training plan. It has a detailed look from weeks out. And all this is subject to adapt based on the feedback from the biometric information that's coming in, your interactions with the app, and your conversations with the chatbot.
And right on time. Big round of applause again for Team Holistic. Do our judges have any questions? Any at all? Nicole has one.
And I can imagine you could do this for like weightlifting competition, anything also that has sort of like a cross-training element to it.
Yes. So the idea is that you can apply this to any niche, whether it be wrestling, boxing, whatever it may be, but also just in your own health and your life. I understand that we called it holistic because we're taking as much data in on a person as possible, giving that to the AI so the AI can decide what exactly does this person need and fully personalize as much as possible based off that data.
And do you present this to trainers as well?
Yeah, so right now this would be a B2C thing, but we would like to put humans in the loop for health professionals, not only to kind of have they can kind of, approve and also even further tailor these solutions to make sure that they're within their own guidelines as well.
Great, thank you.
Perfect, of course.
One more round of applause for Team Holistic. Up next, we have Smart Pantry and then Power Crow, wherever you may be. Please find Sydney over there on the side, and then we'll get you set up. Okay, you good to go? Mm-hmm. Just
there's no sound.
Yeah. Just speak as close as you can to the microphone. I'll be over there with the time, and I'll let you know when you have like 30 seconds left. Give me 1 second.
Hello, everyone. My name is Viplov Dodeja. I'm working on Smart Pantry. So this is actually a challenge for the fourth track, the Open Innovation track. So who over here has dietary restrictions, allergies, or religious beliefs, or any type of weird food quirks? All right, I expected some more hands. Good to see. My product answers that problem. So right now in co-working and co-housing communities, there is no one solution that allows building managers to source for their entire building. Smart Pantry allows you to do that. It fixes inefficient ordering, it meets dietary restrictions, as well as limiting down on food waste. So today for the hackathon, I added a health coach option. Originally what the app does is it allows you to get itemized grocery lists, as you can see in this demo. So it's a quick demo of how the app works, but it allows you to, with a one-time onboarding form, you enter in your dietary restrictions and all the extra information. With that information, it can then generate an itemized grocery list that is based on different categories. It also allows you to see the nutritional information of what is available in the pantry, making sure that you can meet your dietary needs. There's also a recipe maker that allows you to type in recipes and come up with ingredients and recipes based on what is on hand. So that's it for the demo, but I do have some that I wanted to show for the n8n part. So this was the workflow that I was working on for that for the health coach. So essentially it'll be a different onboarding form. You type in your information and it goes to MongoDB and it's stored in a MongoDB database. Using the AI agent, I can then pull that MongoDB data and allow you to chat with a trained AI health coach. Unfortunately, I was not able to actually get this part to work, but I will be adding it to the demo soon. If anybody does want to check out the site, I can add it to Discord when it's available. It is hosted on Vercel and currently live. That's all.
Awesome. Round of applause for Smart Pantry. Great job. Any questions from our judges? Oh, give me 1 second. Bring you a microphone.
Hi there. Hi. You mentioned that I wasn't quite sure. It sounded like you put a lot of work into this already, right? You're coming to the table with something that's pretty fleshed out. But you mentioned that you were getting nutritional information and also recipes to feed into this. Where are you getting that information? and how?
So I'm pulling the nutritional information from Open Food Facts API. It's a live, constantly updated database of where most of the groceries, they source their information. It has the nutritional values. It also did have pictures, but that part is currently broken right now. So you could get a picture of the brand as well. And then for the recipe information, that's just based on AI. Right now, it's just content generation. I'm using Gemini as the AI.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so it wasn't clear. So you're only using n8n for the form capture?
Yes, I want to write, for right now it was just for the health coach form, but I would eventually use it for all the other forms right now as well. It's just a basic HTML form otherwise, so.
Okay, thank you.
One more round of applause, please. All right, and up next we have one little typo on the board over there, but this is Power Crew. So we'll let them get plugged in right now. After that will be Camera Nuts. So find Sydney over on this side of the room, and then give us just 30 seconds here, and we'll see Power Crew.
The clue. Whenever you're ready. Hey everyone, we are Power Crew, not Power Crow, and we are cracking the code on hiring processes, the broken hiring processes. And how many people here agree that the hiring process in corporate America is broken? Right? So all of us agree that, and there are a lot of problems. The processes are broken and opaque. So the problem is hiring managers really struggle to communicate out like what their needs are. From a candidate perspective, you're waiting in queue and you're not getting response. You're like, are these people even interested in me? And the recruiters are just drowning in manual tasks versus really connecting with the candidates. So our solution, Power Crew, it's an AI-driven hiring, simplified, and powered by n8n. And what we do is like we capture the manager's precise needs through an interviewing process. We engage with the candidates automatically with AI and free up the recruiters. The result is the right candidates faster, smarter, and more engaging process. Our process is focused on screening and interviewing. And there are 5 steps to the process, like the hiring manager intake, where we capture the information from the manager, make it easy process, generate a profile based on other things that have been captured, communicate to the candidate that you can go in and really start and have an interview process. And then the voice screening really has a set of screened questions based on their resume, their job description. So it's very tailored to them, not just like something out of the. And then finally, we use AI to go in and score it. And so we're using n8n in a lot of those processes, and we feel this is really empowering. And we'll hand it over for the voice part to.
Yeah, so I'm a busy, basically, manager. I need to hire. I submitted my job description, and I'm given a call here.
A virtual recruiter from n8n.
Yeah, I'm ready to provide my details.
Great. Let's start with the skills required for the job. Are there any specific skills that are necessary for a candidate to successfully complete the job?
Yeah, absolutely. Here at n8n, we need some JavaScript coding skills, Node.js, and be excellent hackers.
Thank you for detailing.
So that basically brings in the manager's perspective.
Awesome, thanks, Philippe. So as you saw, we are collecting a bunch of documents on the hiring managers, as well as the candidates and the company itself, the value of the company, the expectations from the company. Once the documents are collected, we'll ingest it through a RAG process into Supabase. As you can see, it all gets chunked up into Supabase. And once that has happened, then we run the screening questions. This will produce a bunch of screening questions for the candidates. And with that, I'll pass it to Anna to show us how the candidates.
Yeah, the main issue that we're trying to solve too is the hiring process. All the candidates don't get to interview. In this case, we get all the candidates to interview. So we have a lot of
time. You're out of time right there. I hate to cut you off.
Okay.
Big round of applause for the team, everyone.
Just to summarize, there's a scoring step after this that really gives you the results. Thank you.
Perfect. A couple questions. Give me one moment.
Yeah, they can see the scoring.
And that's the result of the scoring.
Thank you. I know you guys were kind of crunched at the end there, so I just want to give you an opportunity to describe what you meant by the RAG process that you are utilizing. Could you speak more to the content or the context that that's providing?
Yeah, of course. So the RAG system goes through the process and makes sure that it pulls in all the documents in the repository and chunks them up to 5,000 characters with a 100 character overlap to make sure that we're collecting all the data. Then we can put in a vector database. We're using Superbase here, but the retrieval is very fast and effective.
Great. And is there any other additional information you're getting about the candidates themselves?
Yeah, that was the screening part. That was.
So maybe I'll touch. So basically what we're getting is the job description. We have the candidate submission resume. We have the intake from the manager on preferences for the job. We have the company information and cultural documents, and any additional info that is collected about maybe social media or other perspectives about the candidate. Then we crunch basically this information, see what gaps we see. Then we interview the candidates, so all 1,000 that apply get an interview. And after that, we actually see which one are the top scores to actually move to a physical interview.
And they get an email or text message back.
Great. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so my question is more on the, so having spoken to you guys earlier in the hackathon, like how was it to work together on this together at the same time? Because that's one of the challenges of working on something like an n8n workflow where you kind of split the responsibilities between you. So like, how was it?
Yeah, to echo one of the previous presenters, I honestly believe that everything is possible with n8n. It's a very robust platform. The code node has saved us a bunch of times because we can kind of cover the gaps where we need it. The part that was a bit frustrating for us was the collaboration part because we had to do separate things and there was some backward compatibility issues, but altogether it was fantastic.
Thank you. Cheers.
And then one more question. Time for one more question.
The which of you are in talent management? Are you in this business?
I hired hundreds of people.
Same here. Like we're hiring managers and we've all been candidates, right? So this is not.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So I actually work with Sherm too. One of the things that I was just looking at your output, how are you, I appreciate that lots of people never hear back. How are you thinking about communicating back to people in a thoughtful and humane way?
Yeah,
That was like you failed at 70.
30 seconds. Yeah. So this is actually one of the things we discussed a lot because today there's no transparency. How you made it, it's a black box, you don't hear back. So we understand that algorithms are also black boxes and people are really afraid of them, like maybe not getting a mortgage, like how come, right? And so how are you scored? So it's important for us to be transparent how we went through the process and why we down selected certain individuals to go further on versus not others. And we would be transparent about it in the message.
Was your question more on the communication part of it, or did we answer your question?
It was both. It's
Okay.
like definitely transparency, I think, works
Mhm.
and is important, but also it's like how you deliver it. It's basically the message you send.
I'm going to cut you off there because that was 2 minutes. We can follow up later with more questions, but round of applause for Power Crew, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Up next, we have Camera Nuts. They'll get set up here. After that, we have Not Hackers, interesting name for a hackathon. Please find Sydney on this side of the room, and Camera Nuts is coming up next.
All right, so how many of you here have hobbies besides coding? 2? Okay. Well, I have a lot of hobbies, and one of them is that I take a lot of photos, actually professionally, and I collect cameras too. But I'll tell you about the whole hobby business after. So what I built is a way to manage your collection. So basically, as I mentioned, there's a bunch of hobbyists that collect watches, cars, and you name it. And obviously, it's not just about collecting, it's also knowing what you want to buy next and what you have and what you're trying to get rid of and what you're trying to exchange to other people and so on, right? And you can discover these things through eBay, web search, and other collectors. So what I do is I use a Google Sheet, and of course, from that Google Sheet, I can typically cut and paste and share stuff and keep track of my collection. So what I built is a set of workflows to help you manage that. So let me show you that. So this is a worksheet. And you can see that I have things that I own and things that I'm trying to acquire. And the price is pretty amazing if you are new to this hobby. So there are two workflows right now. One that will essentially share your collection through email, and then another one that actually will do additional information. So let's just run the first workflow, and then I'll show you the second one after. So I'll send it to myself. So we'll run it live. The second workflow actually has to make API calls to SERP and et cetera, and it takes some time. So you see it send it to me. So if I go to my Gmail, you'll see that I have a new email. There we go. So it keeps a list of collection, and I can send it. Now, of course, figured out how many of each type that I have. The second workflow adds eBay and also web search, but I'll show you the result running eBay just because it takes a little bit more time. So you can see in this case, I'm basically searching from the collection that I want to acquire, what are the top results on eBay, and you can see kind of the results here. Yes. And then very quickly is what could I do next is obviously enhance the search and add more database management and of course generalize it for other things like furniture, cars, and so on. And if you didn't believe that this market is big, well, look at what Google Gemini told me. This is the current estimate. It's $1.2 billion. And some of the transaction of 50,000, and obviously if you go into cars, you can see that some of the transactions are up to $500,000. So it's a massive market.
I'm going to cut you off right there,
Let me stop
Max.
here.
Right on time. Big round of applause, everyone. And we have some questions.
All right.
Thanks. Yeah, thank you for that. It's great. I guess like my question, if you were to evolve this, how would you extend this with AI? How would you get AI into this kind of?
Well, I think discovering, for instance, if we started having a lot, like if we had a one central place where people can track their collection and share them, then with that, I would be able to know, for instance, that, let's say, Jim, you're a collector of Leica as well, and I have a camera that I'm looking for, and then et cetera, then we could match.
And
so that's why I would want to.
Would you explore that again with n8n? Or would you go with the code?
It's a good question. Well, first thing is, thank you for your help. This is my first time using n8n, and I really like how fast I could get things done, but I can code really, really fast too. So probably for some things I would, and some things maybe not.
The answer is yes.
Yes, probably. for some things, yes.
Yeah. So
I'll be honest. Right?
what exactly are you using for search here?
For searching, I use SERP. And that's part of the reason I don't want to run the eBay live, because it does a bunch of search and I ran out of my tokens.
I see. Will you be able to find images and videos, like particular segments in videos where I could find?
I couldn't hear you.
Will you be able to find images and videos?
Oh yeah,
particular
yeah.
segments?
The eBay search includes everything. All the searches include everything. It's just that I extracted for this demo, because I'm just using Gmail, the link, and then obviously the price and the condition as well.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I think
Any
that's
other
all of our questions. So another big round of applause, everyone. All right, we've got Not Hackers, I believe, and then right after that will be Booked Bot, so wherever Booked Bot may be. Find us on the side of the room over here, and we'll start Not Hackers in just a moment.
Just the closer you speak, the better.
Okay.
So just speak directly into it.
Okay.
I'll be over there with the time, so you can look over, and I'll whisper when you have like 30 seconds left, something like that.
Got it.
And then, oh, we get a mirror.
Start moving.
Beautiful. All right, let me. I'm gonna sneak by. You. Feel free to go.
Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. We're excited to present Voila, which is the virtual optimized life assistant. It's an AI-powered health assistant that helps you check symptoms, get instant advice, and book doctor appointments automatically through Google Calendar. At its core is Yana, which is You're Not Alone, a compassionate chatbot for quick, confidential support. It stores your health history securely with MongoDB, giving doctors clean summaries and schedules so they can focus on care and not admin. Built with n8n, it runs everything smoothly and automatically. Voila isn't just a project, but it's the future of accessible and intelligent healthcare.
So we created like a front end for this, and users can come and put their information over here. As you can see, our workflow, it's a little bit confusing. We have our sorry, I can't see, webhook, and which will take all the user information separate into different fields. We have a switch node that will take into 3 different routes, which one is mental health, one is physical health, and one is general health. Over there, all of them are pretty similar. So it takes all the information, and it will send 2 mails, one to the person, the user themselves, like, hey, this was how you were feeling, an overview, and one is going to go to the doctor, the personalized doctor, saying, hey, you have a new patient with these symptoms. And after that, along with that, actually, it also, using MongoDB, it also saves all that history, and it will connect with Google Calendar. It will look at the Google Calendar of the doctor. It will see what is an available time for the doctor. When are they available? How's the schedule looking? It will make like a 30-minute block, like an appointment for the doctor using another open router model. And again, it goes to Google Calendar, make an appointment, and also you'll get an Gmail back, like an email back saying, sorry, over here, you can see there's lots of appointments, and it will look where there's a break. It will make an appointment over there, and you'll also get like an email back saying like, hey, there's a consultation successfully scheduled. 30 seconds. And along with that, we also have another chatbot, as my teammate say. The chatbot name is Yana, and it will just give you like an overview consultation, like, hey, I don't know which doctor to go to, like a quick before the doctor kind of a recap. So that's Voila.
Great job, team. Big round of applause, everyone. Awesome. Do we have any questions? Any at all? It's okay if we don't. We can ask the team later. All right, another big round of applause for Not Hackers, please. I think we're going to do 2 more teams and then take a very short break, give everyone a breather. So up next, we have BookedBot. We'll get them set up. And then Team Reflect, please go see Sydney on the side here.
Yeah, one of the things I did
All right. All right. First of all, thank you to n8n, and thank you to Be My App for putting this on. My name is Corey Griffin. I'm a real estate investor, and I built a BookedBot to solve my own problems. Every week, I generate leads from Facebook, my website, SEO, different referrals. But the issue is that a lot of leads come in and they never turn into deals. So because follow-up is everything. It's a lot of times it's too slow or inconsistent, or even manual. So investors lose a lot of money when they don't reply instantly, hiring VAs and things of that nature. So let me share this with you. That was our website. So you can see a seller will come to our website, come to a lead form, and then this is our landing page for BookedBot. But as far as the issue is, there's a ton of lost revenue. And so the whole goal here is to create BookedBot, which will be a follow-up agent that does all of that. So it will do like a lead intake. It will have a AI scoring engine, CRM update, and then the agent will actually hand off saying, hey, this is a hot lead, a warm lead, or a cold lead, and will continue to follow up if it doesn't get closed. So the tech that we're using is n8n. It's our no-code. It's been great for me. I'm not a developer. I'm not an engineer, nothing like that. I legit am a salesperson and enjoy sales, enjoy people. So this was like the first time I've ever like done something like this. So it was really, really great to build that out. And so it's happening. I know they said not to test it, but I'm just gonna throw it in there. It's really, really quick. And what will happen is it will send me out an email that should come in, and it should also pop into our drive. So all the information comes here, and it's scalable. So this can be, tapped into different CRMs and things like that. And so let's see, did the email come in? Yeah, so the email came in, just all intelligent, and it's not just, hey, you got a lead. So these are some of the real results. And for me, like I've done over 100 deals, 100 transactions, and I've missed tons of leads. I built BookBot to fix the follow-up problem once and for all. So I'm going, BookBot is going from like solo workflow. The goal is to have like a plug and play, like AI agent service for real estate insurance companies all the way down that vertical. So yeah, it's an AI closer that doesn't just follow up, it's follow through. So thanks. My name's Corey, and this is for BookBot.
Round of applause, everyone. Hold on 1 second, Corey. We've got some questions.
Yeah, thanks, Corey. That was great. I guess because you kind of build. I mean, super impressive. You kind of build it solo, and you kind of went through this hackathon solo. How would you feel? How would you feel like having now built this in n8n to maintain it going forward? Like as maintaining yourself, as a salesperson, would you find that challenging? Would you need to hire someone else to kind of look after this workflow, or do you feel comfortable just maintaining it yourself?
Yeah, no, I totally understand my, thanks for that question. I understand my value to the company, and I would hire out for sure. Yeah. And I would build out a team of devs or VAs, virtual assistants to help manage this and make sure there's a human in the loop for the customers, because there's a lot of stuff that will be having debugging and things in that. And I do have a preliminary partner that's in the technology world that I'm like leaning on and stuff, so.
Okay, yeah, that's great, thank you.
Hi, Corey. Thank you. You mentioned that BookedBot it's taking in some inputs from people who are submitting their they want to list their property. Does BookedBot also have intelligence or the understanding of how that matches up against the market already in that space? Like, if somebody says I want to sell my house for $100,000, does BookedBot know if that's a good or bad listing price?
Not for this workflow, but the goal is for it to take the property information and to start running comps. And also based on the questions, there still needs to be a salesperson to get on the phone to go through property qualifications to see like what kind of repairs are needed. And so that's another capability that we can put in, where it can have like some smart, like based on the California market, these are the dollar per square foot it takes to rebuild this house. Because we're focused on a lot of houses that need to be fixed up.
Got it. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just one more question here, and then we'll go to the next team.
Thanks, Corey. So my question is how are you following up on the lead? So I didn't see.
Like currently?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when the lead comes in?
Exactly.
Yeah. So when the lead comes in, these are the dummy variables, and then the AI agent is going to actually be following up. I haven't created other nodes for it to say, hey, 90 days re-engage, but the goal is for it to actually either set an appointment for me, get on my calendar, or for it to send it to my Slack to say, hey, this is a hot lead. So as a salesperson, I just need to get on the phone and call that. And I'm a big believer in this industry. There still needs to be a human in the loop, because this is one of the largest purchases people have made in their life.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
All right, one more round of applause for Corey and BookedBot. Great work. Thank you. Just a reminder, we're going to do one more team and then take a short break. But just a quick reminder for me, try to be as quiet as possible while other teams are presenting. That way we're fair to everyone. So up next we have Reflect, and then we'll do a short break of a few minutes.
Resolution changed. Sorry, wait a moment.
Oh, what happened?
Yeah, resolution changed.
Don't worry, you can get set up. It's fine.
Sorry.
Can you scroll and everything?
Yeah.
Okay, all good?
Okay, yep.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me go over here.
Everything good?
Yep.
Okay. So this is the mic. Okay. So I'll start off.
Whenever you're ready, just speak into the microphone and I'll start.
Okay. You good? The best conversations often die in translation, because even if we're all speaking English, whether through AI or through manual translation, meeting notes are often lost and turned into scattered notes by the time it gets to your team. But what if AI could automatically translate every single word into a collaborative interface? Well, with Reflect, it can. Our web app is specifically designed to transform a meeting or any conversation into 6 key categories: insights, workflows, action items, needs, user emotions, and quotes. And Yas will walk you through how it does it.
So we built a simple interface. It captures your voice and transcribe it, and then feed into the n8n workflow. Then the n8n workflow process the sentences into the several notebooks, like a sticky notes. Then we use the Miro API and then generate the notes on the Miro board. And also we make the connection between the notes. That's how it works. So let's see how it works. So, hi Neil, what is the pain points in your procurement process?
Yes, I would say the biggest pain points are security compliance, as well as just the turnaround. You know, they expect 24 to 48 hours, but it ends up being 2 to 3 weeks sometimes. So as you can see, real time, the Miro board is creating the notes, along with the arrows for relationships, and yeah, Yas will walk you through the next.
Yeah, moreover, it's not a boring transcription. So, sorry. For example, I can move around our reference point here to gather the more pain points. So why the compliance management is a pain point for you?
So I would say the biggest reason it's a pain point is just because it's hard for different departments to agree on a collaborative platform. For example, legal uses SMP, and I use spreadsheets to get everything together. So as you can see, everything's appearing in real time, and the pain points is essentially automatically filled out. So now, this is actually a conversation Yas and I had this morning about our startup, and we actually tested it. So, so these were all the sticky notes, and with our clustering feature, it automatically categorizes everything in 6 key categories. So I can see the emotions right here, and as well as action items. We'll zoom in. So yeah, you can see it was a very good meeting, and we actually gave this to our partner, and he said it felt like he was at the meeting himself. So yeah, Reflect is an all-in-one tool that you can use in your workplaces, and this is just one use case. We used it for an interview co-pilot, but think board meetings, user research, it can be applied to anything. So I really think it has unlimited potential. But thank you for listening.
Thank you.
All right, give me 1 second. We'll get some questions from our judges.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, is this the first time you're using n8n?
This is actually, our first time using n8n, so we were pretty proud.
I know somebody at Miro who would really like to see this, so let's talk after this.
100%, thank you.
One more big round of applause for Team Reflect. Great job, you guys. All right, I think we're going to take a really quick, like 3 or 4 minute break just to give everyone a breather. We only have about 10 teams left, so please don't go far. I'll come back here in 3, 4, 5 minutes, and then we'll get started back up. Test. All right,
Is that on? Yeah, that's the right one. Let's go get to see.
All right, everybody. Everybody, clap once if you can hear me. Everybody, can I have your attention, please? Everybody, please find your seats. We're going to get started here in just a moment. Please sit on down. Let's get through the rest of the presentations. Find your seats.
Timer. Three-minute count.
Everybody, please find your seats. We got to get through these last 10 or so presentations. Please sit on down. Everybody, please find your seats.
You wanna give it a smack?
All right, everybody, if you can hear my voice, clap.
There we go.
One more time.
One more time, if you can hear my voice, clap.
There we go.
All right.
All right, find your seats, everybody. We're going to get started in just a moment. Let me figure out where we left off real quick. I think we're going to skip Cobol Pro, just so our judges know. They'll go here in a little bit. So local Spark, if you are here, find Sydney over here on the left. We'll get started. Please stay seated, and we'll get going here in like 1 minute. All right, and while we get that set up, Team Brassa, you will be up next. So again, find us over on the side here, and we'll have Local Spark in just a second. All right, give us 1 moment. Everybody quiet down for me, please.
Just so you know, over here will be a timer.
Okay.
I'll let you know when you have like 30 seconds left.
Okay.
Just speak clearly into this
Okay.
microphone. And give me 1 second and then you can start.
All right, we're about to start, but just one more reminder, you guys, please be quiet while teams are presenting. If you have to chat or make a phone call, please go into one of the separate rooms. And without further ado, we're going to start right now with Local Spark. Take it away.
Hey everyone, I'm Krishna Gupta presenting Local Spark. So local brick and mortar businesses are the heartbeat of any community, but they face a silent struggle. They don't have enough resources to do their own market research and end up losing opportunities. Enter Local Spark. Local Spark is a dedicated AI-powered hyperlocal market scout that monitors online news, upcoming events, and online discussions, and generates tailored insights for your specific business type and your neighborhood. Let's directly deep down into the workflow. So we have a schedule trigger that triggers ideally every morning at 8 a.m., but I'll just execute it right now. So it reads all the businesses we have on the table. For each one of them, it loops over it does a Brave online search that is specific to the business type and the neighborhood. And then I have a custom code node that pre-processes the node before sending it to LLM. I don't want to just put everything into LLM to increase my token cost. So I filter based on the recency of the news, the source, and so on. After getting the relevant news snippets, I build a payload and call the LLM. Then I validate the output, merge it again with the business type, and add the insights to the database. If the LLM generates a valid insight, then the business will directly get an email. So it looks something like this. So right now for each businesses, I have the same email ID, but ideally it will be go into different email thread. So the business will receive something like this, for example, leverage upcoming hate street fair for brand exposure, the reasoning behind this, the actionable steps, along with the source URLs. And not only this, you can directly reply here. So you don't have any additional dashboards or login, just reply here, and that should trigger our second workflow, which is a helper workflow. So it automatically triggers when receiving a Gmail, it polls every minute, so there's a slight delay. It gets the business name from the email, it fetches the latest insight for this business and the email request, combines all of them. Ideally, there will be a switch node here, but for now, we just an if node, and we detect what specific task we want. So in that case, we have a node for generating a flyers. It will check for that node. It will generate a prompt, generate the text for that flyer, then call DALL-E model to generate an image and directly send it to your mail. Let's see if we get it. So yeah.
Cut you off right
So
there. You're out of time. But one big round of applause, everyone. All right, do our judges have any questions? If not, that's okay. You can ask later as well. One more round of applause, everyone, for Local Spark. And team, thank you. Team Brassa is up next. After that will be Team Immigratin' 4. So come find Sydney over on the side, and we'll have Brassa in a second.
Question?
Just speak clearly.
Yeah.
To that microphone. You can start whenever you want to.
Okay.
Just a second.
Hi, guys.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry. Didn't see it.
Okay, whenever you guys are ready.
Hi, guys. Good afternoon. We're Brassa team. We chose the Open Innovation branch. And today we're talking about a problem that universities face when students want to transfer from college to college. Nowadays, coordinators spend at least 3 hours per student matching disciplines so the student doesn't have to take the discipline again if he has already done it. Students take at least weeks to get the results back from the universities, and the universities spend a lot of money paying the coordinators' salaries to get this job done. So what we have done is actually automate this process through n8n. So the first step is where we gathered information from the student. We get the files, and with the Mistral OCR tool, we read the files, the PDFs, and after that, we extract structured data with information, with the extract information node with AI. And right after that is where the magic starts, when we get the information extractor node again, and he does the matching of the disciplines. So what was done before manually by the coordinator is now automated. So we fill it up our super-based database that communicates with our front end on Lovable. So here is what the coordinator and the student will be seeing. The student can click here and just fill up his information and submit it. And the coordinator can actually sign in.
right here, and see the screen where he gets the pending requests and the done requests. So right here he can edit it and actually confirm, double check if the discipline is corresponding from the first college to the destination one. After that, he can accept it, and an email will be automatically sent to the student with the results. Right there, yeah. We pretend to be Stanford right now. So after that, we just transformed 3+ hours into 3-minute workflow, weeks into days of waiting for the results, and thousands of dollars saved. Thank you very much.
Big round of applause.
Any questions?
Any? 1 second.
I guess what would you say would the most challenging part of building this work?
Actually, we are business students. We love n8n because we're actually building products with it. So it allows people like us that don't know how to code to build actually things. So it's like very tangible. Our challenging parts is to actually debug when we don't know what the error is. So if you want to.
Yeah, and not only debugging, but getting the information from the PDFs. Like a syllabus normally has 70, 80 pages. The coordinator takes like 3 hours to make the equivalence. So extracting all those informations correctly was the big challenge for us, and yeah, we could overcome it.
And also reading the code bugs. It's like, ChatGPT, can you please help me?
But that's basically it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Team Brasa. Up next, we have Team Immigration, and after that is One Shot. So One Shot, find Sydney over on this side of the room, please, and Immigration's up next. Okay, give me 1 second. You guys can get going. Okay, time will be over here. Just speak clearly into the microphone, and then give me 1 second and you can start.
Hi everyone, I'm Saloni and we are Team Immigration. That's me, that's Shiva, and this is Blake. All right, so 30 hours a week. This is the amount of time lawyers are spending on doing tasks that can be semi or fully automated, things like petition drafting, criteria mapping, recommendation letter generation, and a lot of other similar tasks. And that's almost one entire week per month they're losing to these kind of admin tasks. And that's the loss at the end of lawyer. For immigrants, because of this, they end up losing 2 to 3 months on their cases because of the manual nature of these tasks. So what we have here today is Petitia. Petitia is the first AI paralegal built for immigration law firms. The mission, we are not replacing lawyers yet. We're replacing what lawyers hate doing. So Petitia can support 4 types of automation today. One is you can chat with Petitia and she will break down the visa policies for you. And she will give you updates on what's latest in immigration and if there is any kind of new requirement the immigrants need to fulfill. Then you can tell what you have, what your credentials are to Petitia, and she will create like a customized visa study for you. And you can also upload your documents. She will give you a score for any visa you're trying to go for, like O1, EB1, or any visa. And then not just that, Petitia not just responds, but she also proactively communicates with you in case there is an update, especially in current times when the policies keep changing under President Trump. So here's a quick demo on how it works. So this is the Petitia chat interface. You go in and you ask, hey, what can you help me with? Petitia will respond that I can build your case. Here we are taking an example of O1 visa. So you can ask what's the criteria to get an O1 visa, and Petitia will respond about the 8 sort of parameters, P1, P2, P3, P4, the parameters you need to fulfill. And quickly, if you add your details that I have a national award, I work as a senior manager at Salesforce, and I have, judged quite a few hackathons, then it'll respond based on your particular case. Okay, I'm running out of time, so I'll quickly go to the next one. This is the evaluation sort of interface where you can upload your resume, and it will quickly give you your fulfillment. Yeah, so fulfilled, and not fulfilled. Okay, going back, this is the workflow which we worked on, and this is the vision for future. Right now, it's an AI paralegal, but we wanted to turn and mature into a full-blown attorney for immigrants.
I'm going to cut you off right there. You're at
Okay.
time, but you can read the rest of their slide here. Big round of applause for immigration.
Any questions?
Any questions? 1 second. Excuse me.
Hi. One question. Where or how and where does Patricia know when there's update to immigration law?
All right, would you want to answer that?
So we have automated workflows, which can show you that we automatically search like the internet, like what the relevance, and we pull the user's profiles, which one is relating to like last week's Trump say, hey, announced a big like via post F1 student visa. So we want to check whether the question related to F1, and then also send this to OpenAI, hey, which the relevant policies change, and then also further send it down to our act. So probably we're not able to show it, but later you can show in our demo that our customer will get a note. Hey, like Mike, or hi, Jay, there's a new policy is changed to your F1 policy. You should check it out, some sort of things. Yeah. So that's how we let the customer know proactively.
Okay, and is that on a government website? I mean, I'm.
Oh, any, like we
ignorant to-
search the internet, and then we like just like you see here, we search the internet, and then we
Okay.
let the AI check those policy changes.
So it's
Anything
a
relevant.
search engine results?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
exactly.
understood. Thank you.
But like we prioritize news articles, not blogs or anything.
Oh, okay, so you have a prioritization?
Yes,
All right,
based
cool.
on the domain authority and like how credible the news source is.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you everyone.
Awesome. One more round of applause, please. All right, up next we have One Shot, and then after that, Promo AI. Please make your way over to the left side of the room here. We'll get you set up. All right, give me just a second, guys. Squeeze by. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. Hi.
Hold on. There you go. Just try to speak clearly into the microphone, and then whenever you're ready, I'll start.
Hi, good evening, everybody. I'm Scott. And
I'm
with-
Charlie.
And together we are One Shot. So today we are here to present Istanbul Medic Agent. Istanbul Medic Agent is a WhatsApp agent for medical tourism companies, specifically based in Turkey. Why? Because Turkey is the world capital of hair transplantation operations. And they want to accept crypto payments. So health tourism is challenging because the patients are actually, they want to actually make the right decision, and they want to get the best service. They want 24/7 intelligent support. They want flexible payments, and most of them in Europe communicate over WhatsApp. Therefore, we built Istanbul Medic to accept crypto payments and work on WhatsApp. So, just to recap, it's a WhatsApp agent that actually accepts crypto payments. It takes, basically it supports 3 different modalities. It supports text messages, it supports audio messages, it supports image messages, and I'll tell you why we do that in a second. And obviously it's actually hooked up to a knowledge base, a RAG system. And Charlie will tell you about our crypto agent.
So we're also built a service called One-Shot API, which is a bridge between AI agents and blockchain contracts. It turns every contract, it wraps up contracts, wallets, and method calls all in a single API layer. It's custom built for automation tools like n8n.
So I'm going to quickly show you our flow for the WhatsApp agent. So it is basically, it receives messages, and then it's just basic routes based on the message type. It does support text and also images and audio. The purpose why we actually, the reason why we support images, because most of the patients, they send their images, and they want to get like some pricing. So that's exactly what happens in the real world, right? And then finally, within the last 30 seconds, Charlie will talk about our custom node that we built that allows agents to take transactions on chain.
So we can't really go through this, the flow, but the things that you can do, that you can now automate. We do contract discovery is a set here. You can find, your automation can find the contracts you want to do the operations you want. It can check your wallets. Those are hot wallets held by us for custody funds for executing the rest of this stuff. You can assure the tool. So your agent can say, take this prompt, take this wallet, and say, I want to make sure I have I have those tools that I need to execute. Then you can finally, you can use those tools to read and write from the blockchain. So
I'm going to cut you off right there.
Don't have time to show it.
Big round of applause for One-Shot, everybody. We have some questions.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, so I love that you built your own custom node, custom-edited node. It's like fantastic. Yeah, just if you could share a little on your experience on building custom nodes, and if you find it easy, hard, yeah.
Sure. The process wasn't that hard. Getting the dev environment set up probably took way longer than I wanted it to, because I was trying to vibe code it. I'm trying to learn how to use those kinds of tools, so it knocked out the node really quickly for me, but kept hallucinating settings that didn't exist when I'm trying to do it. So the one thing I would say is that the dev docs for building a node, there's not a really good reference of the API. There's like a lot of examples, but I ended up having to get into the code, like dig through the GitHub repos to find other similar things to get the actual answers. I couldn't find that just in docs.
Definitely. Well done. Cheers. Thank you.
One more round of applause for One-Shot.
Oh, is this? Yeah, okay.
Okay, cool. Next we have Promo AI and then Spot Seeker. Please find us on this side of the room.
Just speak clearly into the microphone. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Thank you. Local SMBs create the best product, the most delicious food, and provide personalized services. However, most of them still remain unknown. That's where Promo AI comes in. We automate marketing so that businesses can grow effortlessly on their own. So, this is our team. Right here. And this is our project.
So very quickly think of coffee. I love coffee, but how many of you went to this place? Okay, so this is the kind of customers we're looking to help. Think of this person. Maybe she's creating or preparing the best coffee in the world, but if nobody knows about her, what's the use? So this is what we are trying to help, to solve. And the issue here is that content marketing for small businesses is like a nightmare. It's time-consuming, it's complex, cumbersome, of course, and they have struggled to reach their audience, their customers. So we have a solution for that. And it's going to 10x the results. And don't take my word for it. Listen to what this guy has to say. If you can hear it. You can't hear it, so it's fine. Come on. I was not expecting this result, but fine, bear with us. So here's the solution.
Okay. Faster, stronger, cheaper, right? If you were to hire a bunch of experts, marketing experts, we would first analyze your business, come up with a SWOT analysis, and then figure out your positioning and come up with a content plan, right? And over time, we would help you optimize. But now, as you know, a lot of the coffee shop owners don't have the time, expertise, and know-how, and it's too expensive for them to hire experts. Thanks to n8n, we're able to come up with these features at a fraction of the cost, right? Less than $100 a month. And then you'll be able to get these analysis, whole year of content plan, and the campaign automation. And then over time, you can also manage your performance and come up with even better features.
Cool, let's look at the magic behind the scene. We have two triggers to get the input from the business. We use AI to analyze it, create a SWOT analysis. Then we use it to create 50 weeks of content, and then we post it on social media. So an image is 1,000 words, so you can see the image, and this is the analysis. And this is the Father's Day is coming up, so it knows, so it will post content. And here's the QR code. Pull up your phone, scan it. We are here not just to pitch, but we take orders. Thank you.
Big round of applause, right on time.
Any questions?
Any questions? No questions. One more big round of applause for our team, everybody. Okay, yeah. Good job, team. All right, we'll get Spot Seeker set up right now. We only have a few more teams, everyone. So up next, Team John. If you can find us on this side of the room, we'll get Spot Seeker going here in just a moment.
Hi everyone, my name is Upa, this is Calvin, and thank you. And our two amazing team members unfortunately couldn't make it, Mike and Tarek. So, okay, so what if you've just moved from London to San Francisco? I actually have. And it's your first free afternoon in the city. You're looking to do something interesting, let's say a music event. Looking for some live music, and you open Google Maps or Eventbrite, but it's all ticketed events miles away, nothing like casual, actual right now, nothing like spontaneous. So that's the gap we are trying to fill. We have created a general purpose discovery tool for in-person exploration. Spot Seeker asks you where you are, what you're looking for, and how much time you have, where is your location, and it suggests places to go, communities to join, or places like to visit, exploration. And if nothing is happening nearby, you can flip it, so you can find a local place and create your own event. For today's demo, we're going to focus on a music persona, so you guys can try scanning this and interact with it. But, sorry, I'm going to have to... Okay, glad you can see this. So, for the sake of time, we're going to do this really quickly. Find me some cafes with live music and Summer District and SF. Okay, so it's giving you options, and then you can follow up. You can say, for example, give me more information about number 3, and then you can say, if people like it, you know, you can ask for reviews, the vibe, more explanation. And then, for example, I have 2 hours. Can you find any jazz events for me in the Summer District in SF?
30 seconds.
And then it says, I couldn't, so you go, can I create my own event? And it's asking you some questions, and then you can fill out the list, and it goes into a database where other people can actually see it and interact with it. And then maybe Kelvin, you can talk about
yeah. So
the
so
workflow.
our architecture quite simple. We have like a Telegram as input and an AI agent, and then plug into 7 different tools. Each tool they do different things. One maybe go to the API, one maybe scrape the website and get all the events there, and the one is can do the create a new events.
I'm going to cut you off right there. You're at 3 minutes, but big round of applause for Spot Seeker, everybody. Well done. We have a couple questions.
Hello. Could you tell me more about what data sources you're getting the business data and also the event data? You had 7 different agents, it looked like, there on your last screen on your flow. Can you tell me about, you said maybe you were scraping or calling an API. What are the external data sources?
I think one of my teammates, he's mostly focused on some API to getting the local business, local place. And I don't exactly know what kind of API they're using, but I know what I'm doing. I was more focused on local events. I was using the Amplify, scraping the website like a Yelp and also Facebook events and Yelp and also the Google Maps to get the local events inside the Quadrant data, the vector data space. And then for the same thing, if we check, we don't find that event the customer looking for, the app have option to create its own. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
That's great. Yeah, I love working with agents with multiple tools, very powerful stuff. Any tips for the prompts for with that many tools?
So the good thing about this is that it's agentic, so it doesn't just respond. It understands and it makes decisions. So it actually you can fill out the form and it creates the event for you. It's also extensible. For example, you can change personalities, add personas, categories, and even fallback behaviors, and then interact with it. So it's not just it's much more than a chatbot. It's a platform that you can build on, basically.
Excellent. Thank you.
All right, one more round of applause for Spot Seeker. Up next, we have Team John, and then only one CV. Please find us on this side of the room, and we'll have just 2 or 3 more presentations here, and then we're on to judging.
All right, give me 1 second, my man.
Okay.
Just speak clearly, and then I'll start a
Okay.
timer.
Got it.
And whenever you're ready.
Hey, everybody. I'm obsessed about banking, financial data, looking at data, realizing data, knowing when data is coming in, knowing data is going out. And I was sad to find there was not an n8n connector for this, but now there is. This is just a very basic workflow here, like showing, I've searched for Chase Manhattan Bank, and I have routing numbers and Plaid information. And then this is the published node code. Feel free to submit a pull request. But this will basically connect with any financial institution through Plaid and allow you to analyze transactions, make transactions. So I've had some interest from mergers and acquisitions and just personal tracking, actually. Fraud detection, knowing when you've spent and maybe you didn't know you spent. Going through your records, analyzing when you made purchases that you didn't know about, or finding things that may have been auto rebuild and you forgot about. That's all I have. So it's live now. Hopefully it's only running on a self-hosted community node now, but I've submitted it for public use, and hopefully you can all use it and build some awesome stuff. Thank you.
Round of applause, please. Any questions? Oh, Jim, I'm coming.
excellent, great stuff. Yeah, super impressed. You used the time to build your own custom node. Super technical stuff.
Yeah.
Would you be okay for others in the audience who are interested to learn how to build a custom node to kind of contact you?
Oh yeah, please. So yeah, it's there's a lot of opportunity I think here, and especially with all the brilliant minds here. So if you're interested in building a financial app or using what I've made to make something amazing, let's do it. Please contact me. Yeah.
I believe at future meetups that we're going to have, John is going to present and talk a little bit about how he made that. So if you're interested in learning more, I believe we talked with John about coming to future meetups where he'll breaking down a little bit of that process.
One more round of applause, please. All right, last couple here. We'll have only one CV in just a second. Persona Swarm, please find us over on this side of the room.
All right, give me 1 second.
Okay.
You guys can keep going.
Okay, start with problematic. Start with problematic. Yeah.
Give us 1 second of the screen refresh here.
Okay, we start.
Oh, there it is. All right, whenever you guys are ready.
Okay. Hello everyone. So let's start directly with problematic. Ask yourself, how many versions of your resume have you made for different job position? And also ask yourself, you still have the same profile, but every time you are forced to update your resume and apply for many other jobs. And also, after that, you have to ask yourself, or you have to know, why are you still doing the repetitive work like as a robot? So that's where we come.
So the problem you're solving is really very simple. It's customizing your resume for different job applications. So we started with a very superset kind of resume, which includes your LinkedIn profile, your resume, everything you have done, right? Everything about you, all your skills. And usually in a 1 page or a 2 page, you can't fit everything. But you got to optimize it. You spend a lot of time doing that. So we're trying to solve that problem. And it's not easy, but we seem to have we think that we have got some traction on that. Go ahead.
Okay, directly with the architecture, how only one CV works. Basically, we have one master CV, big one. You can add what you know, what you worked before. And our system AI agent works with 3 basic tools. There is a scan tool, there is a scoring tool, and there is also the customize tool. After using this, the AI agent will generate a new CV, reduced one dedicated for the job, scan it to match it. Then
So, we'd love to go to the demo first. So the main thing here is that, you can auto-dedicated resume generation. That's the key piece over here. And let's go to the demo piece. Yeah.
Okay, for the next step, this is to showing you the architecture.
Let's go to the demo.
Okay, let's continue. For the next step, we have a platform. You can directly come to the website and upload your CV, and you start generating, or the system start to generate and apply. And for the return plan for the next time, we have a competitive monthly subscription, like $4 to $9. I already used for 6 months with enhanced CV is $24. And for the futures, yeah. This is our workflow. This is the models.
Right.
Just a few seconds.
Yeah. And this is the result as a JSON format after doing that. This is basically the original CV, and this is the reduced one, dedicated one.
You're out of time right there, but big round of applause.
Thank you so much.
Please. We got a couple questions.
Hi guys. How are you extracting data from LinkedIn and Indeed?
Using API file, then the agent will collect the data based on your CV, original CV. So it didn't work on every CV here facing it.
And we also collecting data from other sources, from your skill sets and social and all of that. So there becomes like a superset of what you are as a. If you have any certifications from other sites, it all becomes one huge CV.
Okay, and so the other sites, how are you navigating? So you start with one investigation on a LinkedIn profile, for example.
Yeah.
How are you navigating to other sites?
It includes the CV. So you mentioned the LinkedIn inside the CV. So automatic will be inside the LinkedIn and get information and add it and work on it.
So the URL is present on the PDF that they submit, and then you're navigating to the URL.
URLs also as part of, so it's like your whole history, right? No one's had one trajectory. So all your companies kind of says, this is what you're made of, all these companies you've worked at, not just a simple static last job.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Welcome. Thank you.
All right, one more round of applause for only one CV. All right, I got it. All right, we have Persona Swarm up next, and then Cobol Pro, you would be our last judge submission if you would like to present. Find Sydney over there on the left, so Persona Swarm coming up in just a moment. Come on up. All right, get there, just speak
Like this?
and give me 1 second.
Whenever you guys are ready.
Hi, everyone. This is Sandra White. She was a PM for this project, and I'm Bill Raymond. I'm the human agent that created the AI agent. So the thing is that we all create products. We like to create events. I do a lot of training events, and a lot of times you put the event up, you think you've managed to create a great message for everyone, and you're not sure why they're responding, and you're not getting the conversions that you want. And so what happens is you end up in a training room that looks like this. You're just standing there by yourself, and you hoped everyone would pay all this money, and you had some great content, but you didn't get people there. So let's see if we can solve that with Persona Swarm. This is part of the Open Innovation Challenge, and we're going to deploy synthetic AI agents that will boost your event and conversion rates. So the thing that we're going to do is we're going to create these things called archetypes. An archetype is sort of like the kind of people that might go to your event. And then we're going to create synthetic AI people from that. And those people are going to give us real-time feedback on our event. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like. Ooh, resolution. Sorry, there we go. So here is our n8n workflow. First of all, it's going to this training site. This is an actual training program that I'm offering right now, and I'm not getting as many people joining as I want. So this is very much inspired. This project is inspired to increase that the number of people joining. First, we're going to go ahead and get the content from the site and put it into a markdown format. Once we do that, we're going to create these synthetic archetypes. AI said, I see that you're creating a training program for AI for content creators. So therefore, we're going to create these archetypes for you. In this case, we're going to create 4 of them. Let's take a look at what those archetypes look like. So I just went ahead and grabbed a few of those that were generated. We have a strategic innovator, hands-on creator, a collaborative team player, and a cautious adopter. And so these people are going to be the representative of who might go to your training course. So once we do that, we're going to create the swarm. Okay, so the swarm is going to take those 4 archetypes, and it's going to create a whole bunch of synthetic AI people. people that represents the people going to your training. Gotcha, thank you. So now what we're going to do is have that swarm go and respond to all of the, it's going to look at your content and it's going to say, I'm going to go or not. So let's just take a quick look at what the personas look like. Here are some of them right here. And they actually have names, locations, and their interests. And then at the bottom here, we can see that after the swarm went through and looked at my training, 25% will attend, and it even gives me feedback. Now, this is the innovative part. I get to
cut you off right there.
Sorry.
Sorry, you're right at time. Big round of applause for Persona Swarm. And we have a couple questions.
Excellent, thanks, guys. Yeah, just so sorry you had to get cut off there. I was so, going into that. I'm just wondering, did you find there was any limit of generating archetypes and personas in n8n?
Yeah, I think the way we did this is probably for an MVP, we just created a few of these people. And I think we created we just did it in one big prompt. I think we'd probably want to create a whole bunch of them and spawn off that swarm, so each one is generated individually. So I do think you get a lot, you get too much data in one run, so that's how we break it up in the future.
Excellent, thank you.
One more round of applause, please. Great job, Persona Swarm. And then I want one more big round of applause for our last judged submission for Cobol Pro. Give one big round of applause. He's coming up now.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Yeah, for sure. Where is what I need? Here. Hi. I slept 2 hours, so this is funny. I'm here for just coffee and a lot of cold showers, but let me tell you something that you don't know. And it's every single day, there is 200 times more Cobol transactions than Google searches, moving $3 trillion a day in money. So the problem right now is that there is no developers, there is a legacy of documentation, there is no path for modernization, and companies are spending $1.7 trillion. But still, there are 220 billion lines and 95% of the transactions are processed on it. So what we did is that the past problems, or the problem that majority of the companies are seeing, as they don't have clear documentation. Clear documentation is not available because there is not completely open source Cobol. There's just 50,000 lines of open source Cobol. That's why we created I created a dynamic open source Cobol documentation tool that it's able to explain in plain English how the Cobol file is really working. But let me go into it. So the main things I use to go ahead and do this is 7 different automations with n8n. So this is the MCP automation that I use to go ahead and connect everything to my app in the backend. This is another application I did that is a multimodal agent, and with Rise, so we can go ahead and keep the memory of the application. So the main problem of it is that you don't have the complete knowledge of it. So what I also created is that with n8n, I created a fine-tuned model that right now it's able to outperform any other model in the market by 4 times. And why I'm saying you this, because with LLM Arena, I did the test, and that test showed me that the model is pretty better than any other one, and I'm not seeing it. But it's 4 times better. So let me go ahead and check it out, how it works. So here you have your problem. Your problem is that you don't have a Cobol file that is understandable. So you generate analysis options, and those analysis options, you can do it in 2 ways. You upload a file, or if you don't want to upload a file, you go ahead and do a repository connection in your GitHub. And what if the file is in IVM? I really knew it that. Probably the file is going to be in the mainframe. So that's why I created a Crew AI agent that it's able to extract that data from the mainframe, and it's able to put also that data into what we need right now. So what we are able to do is to really understand deeply what's the data dictionary, what's the application really doing in the background, what's the visualization of the application, so I'm able to speak any person what's the application really doing. And the coolest stuff in the whole world is that it's the K process. So what's the dependencies, what are the programs, how is the complexity to modernize that, and how can you really accelerate your path for Cobol modernization with fine-tuned LLMs, with really easy fast track, and with an LLM that is outperforming every other one with 4 layers. Right. Open Router, AI, and n8n.
I'm gonna cut you off there. All right, great job, Cobol Pro. Any questions, Jim? Yep.
I guess could you foresee AI like slowly like refactoring a Cobol into another language? Like, could that be a rather than trying to, I guess, like figure out?
Yeah, it can happen. It's a little bit more complicated when you don't have context. So the analysis rate of 04 of OpenAI is 10.5%. But what I was able to do is after this documentation, I was giving the all this documentation to OpenDevin, and OpenDevin, the next step is going to refactor the Cobol code base because it's able to have the context. Because data sets, it's equal to the value of the source of the final output of the LLM.
Okay, awesome, thanks. Cheers, thank you for that.
Great job. All right, so quick announcement, please stay seated. We have 2 more presentations. Just so everyone knows, these are not judged presentations, but they are very cool use cases for n8n, so there's no scoring in the judging sheet, just so our judges know. Right after that, we will take the judges and go figure out who our winners are. We should be done by 6 o'clock with everything, so please stay seated for these last couple, and then I'll do some announcements at the very end. Come on up, guys.
Whenever you're ready, you
Yeah.
can introduce yourselves and start.
Yeah. We can start. Yeah. So guys, all of you have heard of the latest gold rush, right? AI, AI, AI. Everyone's going after AI. But there's one more gold rush no one's noticing. It's called TikTok Shop. All the lovely ladies out here, all of you know when you scroll TikTok, on TikTok you can go to the TikTok Shop and buy products directly on TikTok. In 2025, it's about to hit 30 billion in GMV in 2025 alone. So how do you improve your revenue on TikTok Shop? So you put TikToks on with your products. People look at TikToks and go buy your products. So what we want to do is in a single click, increase your top line revenue for all your consumer good products. So here are the 3 videos we made using n8n. This was posted all 3 hours back. Each of them has about 100 views, and it's a fresh account. I'll just show you how the video looks.
I used to work at Lululemon for over 2.5 years. This has got to be one of the coolest things I've seen. You do not have to spend $200 for a leggings. You can get it on Amazon, which looks exactly the same for literally $20. I have tried all brands, and it feels the same. How do I find these? I use this app where you just take...
So these are how the...
I used to work at Lululemon.
So these
Everyone
are our
keeps
AI
asking
videos.
me how
So
I
what
get
you
this
do
white
is
teeth.
you come onto our
Like, I
platform,
don't get it.
upload your
Just the
product,
brush, right?
and select your AI
Whenever
avatar.
they ask me
So
how
we
do I
have
brush, I just tell them that I
LLM
use-
agent which has, we have scraped the top 400 hooks from TikTok. We have a LLM which generates the script. Then it picks the best hook lines for that particular script. Then it goes to the next agent where it generates the captions. Then it gets the hashtags. Then this script goes to HeyGen. HeyGen is a video AI platform where we create this video you see, right? The woman and the toothbrush, both of it is AI. So we use GPT to generate an image, and HeyGen creates this entire video. This is a 20-second video which you can post on TikTok. So what we ideally want to do is we want consumer good product companies to post thousands of these. So when you post thousands of these, probably 10, 20 of them would get like 10,000, 15,000 views. Then whichever has gotten views, whichever is working, you spend Google ads on it, TikTok ads on it, this snowballs, you get more views, you sell more product, you make more top line revenue. So with a single button, with a single click of a button, we want to increase top line revenue growth for all consumer products. I'll go to our
30 seconds.
yeah. So just to show our n8n implementation, here you generate those scripts. It goes to an AI agent. These are where all the hooks come from. This creates the caption, the hashtags. Then it goes to HeyGen. This creates the video. It takes like 8 minutes to create one video. Then the video goes to a HTTP request, and it directly pushes all of it to social media. So you don't need a social media intern to film videos every day for you using your product. You don't want someone to sit and manually upload it. So just with a single click of a button, we make thousands of videos for you, and you can go viral on TikTok without doing any work. Thank you.
Cut you off right there. Big round of applause for Mr. Vibes. All right, everybody, we have one more presentation. We're almost there. We have Danny up next. We're going to get him plugged in. This is our last one.
Cool. How's it going, guys? So I'm Danny of Team Danny and Arthur. As you can tell, Arthur is not here. And yesterday we built a chatbot that works with Twilio Text. And one of the things that we wanted to do is make sure that it could actually text back and forth as you're going, do some basic image gen stuff, nothing super fancy. But the thing that really made this special is that we had a pretty crazy setup to allow Arthur and I to collaborate at the same time, had to split off the workflow. There's a giant agent flow that has access to a number of tools like generate image, but perhaps more importantly, this crazy wacky memory thing that was what really unlocked a lot of the power here. The gigantic n8n database that has memories for vectors, SMS inbound, full history, blah, blah, blah. And then that's where we got a little carried away because we figured, hey, beyond this text and generate image, it's pretty basic stuff. You guys have absolutely killed it, pretty insane demos. Figured it might be fun to actually have something that showed how to build n8n flows and grab a member of the n8n team and actually have it building a flow live because it's using an MCP that can connect to n8n and browser base, and it can give you a tutorial of whatever n8n flow you'd like to build, and then have Timo, in this case, Tino on loop. That's it.
Awesome. A round of applause, everyone. All right, and with that, let's do a massive round of applause for all of our teams, everybody. Phenomenal work. And just to let you know what's going to happen next, we're going to take the judges and try and figure out who our winners are. It's probably going to take us 20 or 30 minutes, so we will try to be back on stage by 6 o'clock to announce all of our winners. So feel free to mingle, but again, around 6 o'clock, find your seats, and we'll get to the awards ceremony. Thank you, everybody.
Nice, Brandon. That was a good move.
Yeah. I was like,
why are you taking a hat? And I was like, oh, that makes sense. That's cool.
yeah, I was like,
cool.
I need the,
yeah, totally.
The face is just off, so I kind of need the...
Perfect, man.
I'll meet you in there.
Yep, no problem.
We're going to go figure out. Let's go. How we're going to do this.
Oh.